going, Keg? Kobe, Faber, J Meister? Sorry guys, this is going to be a little bit different stream because I'm trying not to get stuck in the mud holes, which there's a lot here. We're going to go way out here, I think, too, because I can see it's going to be pretty nasty. This one might just be a little shorter stream here, too. I'm not going to lie, I am very, very tired. So I figured I'd do a little stream to hopefully wake up, and that way I don't end up in the mud hole here. It's always interesting trying to find the edge of these things. Okay, yep, that's a little soft there too. And yeah, we're kind of doing a different job here today as well too, so if you guys haven't noticed that yet. We are doing a little cultivating today. And we got the coil packer way back there too, and the coil packer is slightly full of mud right now, on the one edge anyways. Oh, come on, let's get out of here. Yeah. Like I said, it's muddy, so I figured, yeah, maybe if I do a live stream, I'll pay a little bit more attention and I won't actually get stuck in anything, but we'll see how this goes here. Alright. It's been definitely a long day around here. Like I said earlier, I am just kind of absolutely exhausted right now, but we do need to get this stuff done, so. If I mentioned that too, but we're actually on the pivot ground right now too, so we're on our north pivot right now. And yeah, if you guys didn't see on Farming Simulator today, we did get some pivots as a mod, so that's gonna be pretty cool messing around with those. But we do have GPS in this thing too, but it is not using GPS right now, obviously, just because we're kind of going around that mud hole. I'll see if I can maybe get some spots up here too on the back side. Yeah, you guys might be able to see the pivot. It's kind of straight behind us back there right now. Yeah, it's definitely not fun if you get stuck. And how's it going there, Battle Ensing and Mac, Looney, Jewel? How's everybody doing? Yeah, sorry if I'm a little bit delayed. Like I said, I'm trying to make sure we don't get this pick stuck in the muck here. It's looking like that's maybe okay here. This might be interesting. I can see where the boss took the sprayer across here. I don't know if it's muddy or not. Definitely pulled the tractor down a little bit. I hope everyone's having a great day. Yeah, it's Cinco de Mayo too. I kind of forgot about that. So you guys are going to be going out and celebrating. Remember to celebrate responsibly. If you don't do anything I wouldn't do, try to stay out of jail. Hey, Sim Guy. How you doing? Yeah, we're not doing any farming simulator today. We're doing some of the real life farming stuff. 'Tis the season. We actually just got done with the John Deere tractor and air seeder this morning, and then, about an hour or so ago, I switched over to the 9280 here with the cultivator and the coil packer so we can rip up a little ground. Right now, we're trying to not end up in this little pond we have in the field here. Some of these little edges are pretty dry though. I'm actually kind of surprised. Oh, nice, Battle Ensing. Yes, it is, Keg. Yeah, I can tell you for sure, I'm probably not going to be doing too much to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I'm going to be probably pretty busy again tonight. That's why I'm kind of trying to get around this water hole all right now, just so when it starts getting dark out, I at least kind of know where the edge of it is, type of thing. Because we definitely would not want to end up in that thing. But yeah, no, we actually had a couple of good days with the John Deere air seeder. We're not done with it yet. We still have peas to do, but we did get all of our spring wheat done on the irrigated stuff. So yeah, it actually went surprisingly well with that. We'll see here. We got kind of a little weird spot we're going to be heading into here too. We can actually turn this thing here too. Oh yeah, so actually right before I fired up, I was over there watching Bruce's game, and if you guys haven't, go check his channel out. He does an awesome job over there. That's like I was saying, I'm kind of hoping for some rain, just to kind of slow things down here for maybe a day or two. And catch up on a little rest, and I would love to get started on this week's real life farming video too, because that's going to be probably another pretty long one. I don't think it's going to be as long as it was last week type of thing. We're going to be getting pretty close to the buckle here. There we go. Try to keep our coil packer out of there anyways. It's definitely a little mucky in there. But this should be about the last of that really, really muddy spots. No, so this is the family's farm sim guy, or the sim guy. So my uncle, well actually my grandpa's the one who still owns it technically, and then it's all under a corporation. So the corporation has partners with like my dad and then my uncle that I work for here, and then my other uncle. So yeah, technically we actually have 3 different farms under the family corporation. So yeah, my uncle has this farm, and then my other uncle has another farm about 15-20 miles to the east of us, and then my dad's farm is about 12 miles to the west of us type of thing. So but hopefully someday the plan is I get to take over this farm, and then my younger brother will take over my dad's farm type of thing. Put that thing back down. Oh, that's the other thing too. This cultivator is extremely old. I think it's from the 80s or 70s. It's definitely not very new. This is going to get a little interesting coming in here, so we'll see if we can make this work. It's going to get a little tiny bit tight, I'd say. Going to start turning right now though. Might actually pull this thing out of the ground here. Actually not doing a great job right here either. Yeah, so that's, my wheel's not turning, I don't like that. Try not to get my coil packer turning backwards type of thing there either, which it is doing right now. I figured, yeah, I didn't want to stream over Bruce, but this is kind of a little different than how we normally do stuff, because usually I'm just using the GPS and going straight up and down the field type of thing. Figure you guys might want to see me go around in circles. And hey John, how's it going there? Nice to see you. Yeah, no problem. doing there, Sim Guy? Yeah, so technically right now I'm pretty much just essentially a hired guy, but honestly it's it's almost kind of worse for me because I'm a hired guy, but I have all the responsibility of being like part of the family, so I get to watch all kinds of extra stuff and have extra responsibilities, but I don't get any extra pay type of thing, so, and I don't get any extra time off either. If anything, I get less time off type of thing, so. We got one more little tiny spot, then we're gonna go, I think, around this thing one more time, so we do have enough room to turn around. Yeah, you guys might actually be able to see the John Deere kind of over that way type of thing. Alright, there we go. We got that little chunk cleaned up there. We'll go back kind of straight behind us right here now, kind of where those seagulls are over there. And like I said, we'll go around this one more time here. And thanks guys for hanging out here too. That's like I said, I was just so exhausted this afternoon, so I figured I'd try to do something to kind of stay awake. I've had 2.5 energy drinks so far today. Sneaks in the room. Hey, how's it going there, David? Yeah, guys, like I said too, Bruce's Gaming is streaming right now, so if you guys haven't, hop over there. Please leave Bruce a like. He does such an awesome job, so. Yeah, thank you, Keg, for sharing Bruce's link there too, buddy. I appreciate that. It's really nice today, Jules. So yeah, we're kind of in the 70s today, but we have a pretty strong breeze, so it's actually like really nice. For a while there, the wind did get pretty nasty because we were supposed to have a chance of rain here today, but that definitely has not happened. Yeah, no kidding, Looney. Oh, so this is definitely a little mucky right there. Oh yeah, guys, and if you haven't heard yet either, the merch store is open, so yeah, if you guys do want to support the channel, I always feel weird getting donations. I don't know, it's just something I've never been good about getting stuff for free. So yeah, if you guys do want to support the channel, definitely go buy a couple t-shirts or a hat. We got all kinds of stuff over there. Actually, David recommended mouse pads too, which they do have mouse pads, and I actually need one as well, so maybe tonight or one of these nights when it's not so crazy, I'll get some custom-made mouse pads too. But yeah, we got all kinds of stuff over there. That's a great way to, yeah, support the channel if you guys want to help me pay for some of this filming equipment and stuff. And don't feel like you guys have to either. Oh, yeah, David was plugging it too there. Thank you, Keg, for sharing that. Oh, and actually, speaking of links, here we might pin that to the top for this stream here. There we go. One more lap around here. Should give us plenty of room to turn around type of thing. Yeah, do any of you guys have fun plans for Cinco de Mayo? I kind of keep forgetting about that in all honesty. Yeah, springtime is definitely not the best time of the year for holidays for farmers. That's like, I think next weekend we have Mother's Day, and usually we don't do a whole lot. We always try to at least go out for lunch, just for mom type of thing, but usually it's nothing too crazy. definitely going to be pretty wild for us around here as well too, because we do have quite a bit of work to do on these pivots out here too. That's definitely going to be very helpful, especially when it starts getting dark out type of thing here as well. Definitely a little bit bouncy out in this field too. You can probably hear my chair squeaking all the time. Hey there, Big Mike, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. We're just out here doing a little cultivating and coil packing on some of the irrigated ground. Pull this thing up. Actually, we're gonna leave it a little bit in the ground. That way we're not leaving some deep tracks with the tires. And actually, yeah, you guys, I don't know if you guys can see it, but kind of right near the middle of the cultivator, but just to the left, there's that little white sticker, and it's got a bunch of numbers on it, and that's actually kind of our height gauge there. So I manually have to kind of set that up and down, and I'm trying to set it at about 9, but that's, like I said, I don't know if you guys can actually see that or not. Because, yeah, it's like I was saying earlier, this cultivator is kind of an antique. It's from the, I'm pretty sure it's the 80s, I want to say. I don't think it's 70s. I'm pretty sure it's not quite that old. It might be, though. But, yeah, it's, you don't really need a whole lot for a cultivator either. It just kind of needs to be able to pull the shovels through the ground type of thing, and that's about all you need it to do. And this thing's 50 foot wide as well there too. Yeah, it's a need a little WD-40. I have a can, but it's in the John Deere tractor, so, and the John Deere tractor is over on the other field about a half a mile away from us. We'll see. And actually, yeah, I don't know if we're going to be seeding our peas tomorrow, but probably next week, if we do any live farm streaming like this, it'll be in the John Deere, probably seeding peas. That's all we got left. And like I said, I don't actually know if we're seeding anything else, because usually we always do lentils, but oh, that's a big one there. I don't know why that's so deep. That's the other nice thing about cultivating. It is kind of level, just, yeah, leveling everything off, making it a little bit smoother type of deal here too. So it's definitely going to be a whole lot nicer when we come through here with the air seeder. Which the air seeder does a pretty good job anyways too. That John Deere is very smooth riding. It's a very nice machine. Around here, and we're actually probably going to finish this little end piece down here because not really much of a point coming back around here. We'll see if we can turn this thing tight enough here without going in the mud. And actually, yeah, you guys can probably see the pivot there right behind us. So that's the south pivot, the one you guys probably just saw in the background there. We do have 2 of those pivots. Each one is a mile long. So yeah, actually, if you guys want to use the pivots we got in game here, if you want to make them about the same size as ours, you need 17 towers. So 1-7 on the towers. There's a lot of them. Trust me, I know, because I'm the guy that's got to air up the tires on all of them too. But I'm actually really looking forward to kind of messing around with those. one of these days. Going about 5 miles an hour right now, Jewel. So yeah, not too fast. We just don't want to rip this thing in half, so I've had some issues with this thing in the past before. So actually those little arms that hold kind of hold the whole thing up right next to the tire, I've had one of those snap before, and that stops you pretty quick when it drops in about 2 feet into the ground. Maybe another 2 little passes around this thing. Yeah, when we turn up here again too, you guys will get to see the end of that one pivot there pretty good. Just kind of the little left of us here. Hey there, Megawatt, how you doing? Welcome in. We're just doing a little cultivating, trying to stay awake type of thing. Pulled it out here out a little bit too far there. Oh, I'm turning way too tight too. One thing I don't like about this thing, not exactly the simplest or tightest turning machine here. Just a little tiny spot, but that should be okay though. Yeah, well actually I wanted to live stream this too because I'm probably not going to get a ton of footage of it. I'll just get a little footage with my camera and that's going to be about it. I didn't feel like throwing the drone up today just because it has been pretty windy, so. And it's always kind of fun doing these live streams. That way, yeah, I can answer any questions you guys have as I just about go airborne there. Oh, okay, we actually got everything too. I was not sure we were actually going to get all that in one pass. That's good. Nice. We'll get back to our other side there and then head towards the north pivot. Someone else was saying that same thing. I don't remember who it was. Yeah. Actually, someone new to the channel was saying that same exact thing there, Jewel, because they were asking, and they were pretty new to the channel. They're just like, what happened to all the trees? And I was just like, we just don't get enough water to have trees. So yeah, we're actually considered a desert up here because we get less than 12 inches of rain per year. Actually less than 11. I actually looked it up after that other person commented. And yeah, our average rainfall is less than 11 inches, so that actually technically makes us a desert type of thing. Well, and that's like all the ponds we have out in the field and stuff too. It's not really normal for us either. Usually everything out here is pretty bone dry. It might be a little bit wet, but not usually a bunch of water like this type of thing. Like I said, I'm really hoping some of that mud falls out on that coil packer. I don't even know if I could dig it out. Actually, I'm watching some of it get thrown out right now. That's good. But yeah, the reason we're actually working this stuff, so I actually worked it last fall as well too with the disc, and then my uncle sprayed it the other day, actually yesterday. But it's still, there's a lot of green stuff, and the reason we have so much green out here is just because of all the hail we had last year. So last year we had a drought up here, but then on the irrigated ground we thought we were going to have a pretty nice crop, but then we had a hailstorm come through, so we ended up with a bunch of kernels on the ground, and then they all went to seed. So there's actually like a lot of spring wheat, or actually I think it was winter wheat we had out here. So yeah, there's a lot of winter wheat growing in the fields right now too, just because of the year we had last year type of thing. Go through this little mud hole here. Yeah, there's a little bit bigger pond back there, and those clouds kind of keep building up in the background. This thing drop down. There's a couple little spots here too where the water ran down the field, but it's not too bad. But that's like the nice thing about using the coil packer here, is it does kind of level everything out. That little beep you heard was the GPS, so getting everything set there. All right. We'll see here. I might switch you guys around so I can actually talk to you if you want to. Hey there, Evan. How's it going? Nice to see ya. Let's see here. Yeah, actually, unless you guys want to sit there still. So yeah, we can kind of do that back view, or we can kind of do the front view there, whichever one you guys prefer. I'll let you guys choose because you guys are the viewers, so. I'm wondering if I can do a poll here. Okay. See, I'm going to turn on subscribers only mode here too. Just in case. Always got to worry about bots. Hey there, Whitney. How you doing? Nice to see ya. I was really wondering. Okay, actually, yeah, here, we could show you that, Sim Guy. So it depends on which one you're talking about here. So this one here is our GPS. You might have figured that one out. And then that one is actually for our Flexicoil air seeder. So that was the seeder I was seeding with in some of the last live streams there. That's the one you're talking about. But if you're talking about that one, that is our GPS. And actually we'll kind of zoom in there. You can see our little tractor going up the field there. Up here, that's the little button I pressed to actually engage the GPS. And then that one right there is what actually makes the green line. So here, I'll turn this off and on quick. So yeah, if I hit that little button there, it shuts it off. If I hit it again, it starts painting again, type of thing. So yeah, I really like this GPS just because it is really simple. So. We'll show you guys the rest of the cab here too. There's the 9280 cab. Got all our controls here on the right hand side. Little energy drink, trying to stay awake like I said. That's the other thing too, this is a manual tractor, so we got our range stick on the right side, and then we got our gear shift on the left side. So right now we are in C1, and you have C1 here. If we kind of look at it, they have a little cheat sheet for us. About 6.1 mile an hour is your top speed in C1. So we're running about 4.8, 5 mile an hour, just because that's kind of a good pulling speed. I'm actually going to speed up a little bit to 5. That's our throttle there too, and this is all our hydraulics. So this is the one I'm using today. That's just for the up and down on the cultivator itself. Yeah, it's pretty big. So yeah, this is a big four-wheel drive tractor here, so it's kind of a unit. So And here, we might actually pop out quick on the end here. That way you guys can kind of see. Because, yeah, some of you guys haven't seen it before. Yes, I am, Nathan. And how are you doing, buddy? So I actually just got done in the John Deere kind of this afternoon. Finished up the spring wheat. Next thing we're going to be seeding is the peas, but we'll be kind of half falling asleep, so I was like, maybe I'll fire a stream up and see if that kind of helps wake me up. Once we kind of get straightened up, then I'll actually stop here, because with this thing I just leave it in the ground when we stop type of deal. And we can pop out and check this brood out quick here. Stops pretty quickly too when you're have your implement in the ground like that. So yeah, we can leave the range stick actually in gear when we stop. We just have to take the actual gear shifter out. I said we'll hop out here quick. Hey there, Rob, how you doing, buddy? A brute there, Megawatt. She does a good job too. I like this tractor. All right. So there she is, a good old 9280. There's a rock I just about tripped on. Yep, she's a good old tractor though. Got a lot of years and stuff too, but like I always say, I like this thing because it is simple. You know, it's usually gonna work type of thing. Not many electronics to deal with. And here's the good old cultivator here. Like I said, this thing is pretty old. I'm pretty sure it's from the 80s. And that's the other thing too. I have no idea what brand this thing is. My boss doesn't even know. My uncle, yeah, he doesn't even know what brand it is either. I don't know if they just bought it at an auction back in the day and just kind of got it working. But yeah, so our little harrows on the back, those are Dagelman harrows, but like I said, the main cultivator, no idea what that is. Our coil packer here in the back though is a Flexicoil. It does pretty good. That's, like I said, the coil packer's back here just to kind of level everything off, take all these bigger clumps and kind of break them up type of thing. So yeah, it's a nice little setup. And like I said, we're out here kind of by the pivot here tonight. You guys might be able to kind of see it back there. Half a mile long a pivot, and I got a lot of work to do on that thing as well too before we get watering out here. Keep looking at that storm on the horizon there and hoping we get a little bit some rain. Oh yes, and thank you, Keg. Yeah, yes guys, we do have the merch store open now, so that link that's pinned at the top of chat is to the merch store. So yeah, if you guys do want to support the channel, that's the best way to do it right now. About just much rather give you guys something in return. So if you guys want to buy a shirt or a hat or 25 shirts, you can do that. All right, get this thing rolling here again. You're gonna get to listen to the tractor kind of really ramp up here, because when we're in the ground like this, you gotta have some RPMs to get going type of thing. There we go. Try not to kill the tractor. All right. And off we go again here. Get back up to that 5 mile an hour. That's a nice thing too, is yeah, this ground is pretty soft, so it's pulling pretty easily. That's sometimes we don't even like to use this cultivator if the ground's just too dry, because it's really hard for it to actually get in the ground without really wearing stuff down type of deal. Oh, Megawatt, thank you, man. You didn't need to do that. Like, you could have taken that $10, and I guess I don't know if I have anything for $10 in the merch store, but you could have taken $20 and gotten yourself a nice t-shirt. But thank you, man. That's appreciate that. Oh, $10. get you a couple groceries nowadays, so. And Pickaxe, how's it going there, buddy? Nice to see you. Oh, we were just doing a little walk around outside there, Battle Ensing. And hey there, why not? How you doing? And like I said, guys, let me know if you guys want to have this back view here, or if you guys want kind of the front view, see me talking. Like I said, I am pretty tired, so it doesn't matter to me, whatever you guys want to see. Or if you want to see more of the camp, we can do that again too, but I will have to hang you up somewhere when I turn around and stuff too. So there's kind of our foot pedals there. So we got our clutch on this side, then we got our brake, and then we actually, this little lever is actually kind of for slowing down. So it's not a brake, but it kind of brings your throttle down type of thing. So I don't hardly ever use that one type of thing, but it is kind of handy for different things depending on what you're doing. We got all of our fancy little gauge cluster up here. See, the RPMs are not accurate. I don't know if you guys can even see that, but yeah, we're not running at 8,000 RPMs right now. Hey there, Newell. Gonna have to figure that out. I mean, we got plenty of dirt out here right now. I just scoop some up and throw it in my lunchbox, take it home with me. Well, it's not an engine brake. It's actually just tied to the throttle keg. So yeah, it literally just kind of brings your throttle down. So actually, here, I'll show you again. We'll just do it just a lightly. I'm gonna just barely touch it. You should see that guy moving just a little bit. And you just bring that back up. So yeah, it's like a secondary throttle, and yeah, you can actually speed up if you could like put your toe under it and lift up, and it'll actually speed the engine up too. So it's like a foot throttle, I guess. Kind of like a normal gas pedal, but in reverse. Okay there, Battle Ensing, yeah. Well, it's like in our John Deere tractor, there's like a different one there too. And it kind of just brings your RPMs down a little bit. So it makes it really nice for when you're turning around on the ends and stuff, and when you just want to slow down just a little tiny bit, so. Oh, I'll show you that one in just a second, Sim Guy. I got to turn around here. And then we'll show you guys that. Pretty careful when we're turning around on this end, because this is the end with the water on it here. Other end, we don't have to worry about too much. We do have a road. That's the only thing we're kind of watching out on the other side. So yep, that box right there is actually our little CB radio. So kind of before cell phones were really big, we used to always have these little Midland radios in every single machine pretty much on the farm. So we actually still have one in our semi, in the trucks. Let's see what else. This tractor, I think that actually might be it. So yeah, anything newer, we don't actually use that anymore just because we just use our cell phones nowadays. Then there's actually another little box down there too. And that one is actually a little power inverter for our GPS here. So, because back when they made this tractor, there wasn't really much for GPS, because this tractor was made in, I think, 1994 or somewhere around there. So yeah, they weren't really thinking of GPS at that time. So that came a whole lot later. thank you for stopping in there, Battle Instinct. Oh, there's I can see some of the other neighbors coming down the road here. Heading out to do some seeding, cruising along. We'll see if you guys can see them or not there. Maybe just barely. I think they got their Ford tractor and their Flexicoil air seeder. Yeah, and those are the neighbors that actually have a very big sprayer. I actually want to ask him if we can take a video of their sprayer someday, because that thing is absolutely massive. It's a huge spray flex sprayer, and it's a tandem axle one too, so it's a little bit different than probably anything you guys have seen. Yeah, we don't have spray flex in Farming Simulator. Yeah, so we'll show you that there, Newall. We got kind of our homemade cup holder. There's actually one kind of under there, but those ones are so shallow, everything always kind of tips out of it type of thing. So we made a taller one for bigger drinks. And this is kind of our little table for putting your lunchbox or different stuff on there. Yeah, and there's all the remotes again, if you guys didn't get to see that earlier. A nice little view we got in here though. All the way around, maybe. This would be kind of the perfect view, but the only problem is there's no magnet stuff or no metal I can mount you guys to have you sitting right in the middle. Alright, we'll actually probably roll up you guys back here because getting close to turning around again. That's one thing on the pivot ground. You're usually turning around quite a bit just because it is a little bit shorter runs out here. Yep. Nice to have that taller cup holder, you know, for the bigger drinks. Yeah, that would be cool there, Nathan. And yeah, I'd like to do that. And Peg and I were actually chatting about it. I need to figure out some way I can have an actual mic hooked up, because yeah, right now the only thing that's actually getting any audio is the GoPro itself. So yeah, if I do anything outside, it'd just be super, super, super loud. So yeah, having some type of mic would be pretty handy. Lots and lots and lots and lots of turning around on the pivot ground here. I'm assuming after I get done working this one, the next one I'm going to be working is that one, but we'll probably have to move our pivot over to this field type of thing. So that's always the fun with pivots. You got to kind of get the ground done on one field, then you can move the pivot into the next one. Really, Keg? Oh no. It's like I said, I literally got done loading the air seeder, I think like 3 or 4 minutes right after you finished there, Keg. I hopped in the tractor, got going again, and I was just like, oh, Keg was alive for like a half an hour and I missed it. And Josh, how's it going there, buddy? Oh yeah, and guys, they're both in here. Gaming Joy and Kegarino are actually making a map of our real life farm here in Farming Simulator. And they're trying to get the software that Ola Door uses for map making, which is called Houdini, but it is kind of expensive for the actual software. It's, I think, what is it? Like $600 for 2 years. Sorry, I'm trying to find the link here. Oh, no problem there, Jewel. Thank you for stopping in here. So yeah, yeah, the link that I'm going to be putting up here is going to be a donation to help out Kegarino and Gaming Joy to get that farming simulator map making software. So yeah, I'd rather have you guys donate to this link than donate to myself, just because if you guys go to donate to these guys, it's going to help out everyone in the farming simulator community, because everyone can play on a map then. So, and actually we're going to replace the pin message there. There we go. So yeah, if you guys do want to donate, definitely go donate to Gaming Joy and Kegarino to help them get that map making software so they can make some amazing maps for Farming Simulator. Like I said, right now they're working on a map of our real life farm here, which is just absolutely amazing. And I want to say thank you again to those guys, because yeah, that's just gonna be really cool getting to see that. So nice, Newell, little 420. Thank you, buddy, man. I appreciate that. Especially the 420. That's pretty cool, man. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, I could definitely use a little relaxing right now. I would definitely take a very long nap, I'll say that. Oh, I'm still getting used to seeing the donations popping up in chat and stuff. It's just weird. Oh, nice, Keg. Yeah, and if you guys don't know, Keg's been helping me out with all kinds of different stuff too. He's kind of making some really nicely edited videos with some of the real life farming footage as well too, because he wanted to try to kind of work on some real life videos as well too, and those turned out absolutely amazing. So you guys have probably seen those in the farming shorts playlist on the channel, and those really nicely edited ones are Keg stuff. So and we're going to be turning around up here again. And so actually we're turning around even more too, just because we do have this pond right kind of near the end of the field here. So usually we'd be able to go for another 100 feet or so, but we probably don't want to be trying to drive through that anyways. Yeah, and speaking of some of the donation stuff, it's actually pretty funny. Earlier, kind of saw some of the earnings from YouTube stuff, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can maybe go to the doctors now. Like, I can actually afford my health care. Like, it's amazing what like $10 can do for a person. It's just like, oh wow, that's kind of crazy. So yeah, I do want to say thank you again to Megawatt for donating, and for Newell there, guys. I really appreciate it, because yeah, this is not an easy job all the time, and it's definitely not a high-paying job. That's one thing I don't think I mentioned enough too. Yeah, if you're trying to get into farming for money, that's definitely not the way to look at it, because farming is definitely not the job for getting rich, especially up here too, where we have our kind of not great ground and stuff too. You can definitely make a living doing it, but it's not a job if you're looking to make a ton of money. And I'm sure, yeah, with both you guys working on it too there, Keg, you guys are going to have some awesome ideas too. Well, and even just since you guys have started learning all the different stuff too. Pretty much, Rob, that's been essentially my healthcare plan for the last couple of years. Yeah, I kind of get the health insurance that covers if I get in like a major accident type of thing, but anything else I just try not to go to the doctor. So I don't think I've actually been inside a hospital for the last 2 years, except for when my niece was born, but that wasn't for me, so thankfully. Exactly, Big Mike, and that's like, honestly, even working on the family farm here some days, actually before I even started all the YouTube stuff, I was it was pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. There was definitely some times I was thinking of quitting, and I haven't really talked about this a whole lot, but yeah, so before the YouTube stuff, I was really debating on going and working for BNSF, the railroad company, and being like an on-the-road rail maintenance crew, because that's what one of my buddies does for a job, and he makes a ton of money doing that. I figured it'd be a good job for me just because I don't have any family and stuff, and it's like, oh, I can kind of travel around the US, but it's kind of tough even thinking about trying to leave the family farm as well too. That's like the thing, you definitely got to kind of love it, and that's the thing. I don't want to see my grandpa's farm get sold out to other people, so that's kind of the reason I'm here type of thing. That's like, yeah, it's even thinking right now, it's if I was working for someone else that wasn't family, I don't know if I'd actually be able to do this job, just because it is really long hours and hardly any vacations and terrible pay in all honesty. But it is a really awesome job at the end of the day, and especially getting to do like all this YouTube stuff as well too. Like, yeah, I try not to complain about it type of thing, because it is really awesome, and I do enjoy getting to work here. Hey there, Ray, nice to see you, and appreciate that, buddy. Carol, not sure what you're asking there, why not? Yes, it can there, Big Mike. That's the other thing too. Yeah, it's especially me, just because my uncle is getting a little closer to retirement, and I'm kind of getting more and more responsibilities type of thing. It's like, I don't really get to leave the farm a whole lot. Like, the most I get to leave is pretty much to go get parts sometimes, and this time of the year I don't leave at all type of thing. So yeah, especially when you're the grunt and part of the family farm as well too, it's like, oh yeah, sometimes it'd be nice to just be like, I'd love to have a two-day weekend in the summer, because that's the other thing too. That's like the nice times of the year, you don't really get much time off, so it always kind of sucks like in the summer and stuff. And it's like some of your buddies that work normal 9-to-5 jobs, and they're like, oh yeah, let's go to the lake this weekend, or let's go camping and stuff, and it's like, I can't do that because I have to work this weekend and next weekend and the weekend after that type of thing. So yeah, that's, like I said, it's not always easy and simple, and I think some people just see the really easy stuff of farming and they think it's this really awesome, simple, nice, easy job, but they don't get to see all the kind of background work that goes into it, and all the breakdowns and everything else, and the long hours and stuff. So that's kind of why I wanted to start the YouTube channel too, is just to show people like all the work that goes into it. And it's not always easy, and it's not always fun either. There's definitely days where it's not a fun job at all, and where it really sucks, and there's days where you really think about trying to go find a different job that actually pays you a decent income. So yeah, it's just, it's part of it. But that's, like I said, I'm so glad I started doing the YouTube channel and stuff, and it really helps, especially having all you guys here, getting to show it off. There's definitely days where I wake up in the morning and it's like, man, I'd love to call in sick, but can't really do that either. But it's like, oh, I just got to get out there and get some content for you guys. So yeah, thank you to all you guys just for watching the videos and just enjoying the stuff I'm putting out there, and yeah, just enjoying all the farming stuff. Alright, see you there, Sim Guy. Yeah, it's probably getting pretty late for you over there, so thank you for hanging out, buddy. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, Big Mike. Yeah, you definitely know it. Are you guys pretty close to some big towns and stuff, or towns in general? That's the one thing around here is we're so spaced out because all the farms are so big, so there's just not a whole lot of people. So our little town, like our local town that I grew up in, it's less than 1,000 people, and then the biggest town is 100 miles away, and that's like 10,000 people. So yeah, we're definitely very spaced out from everyone around here. Try to adjust the camera here a little bit. You guys a little bit straighter anyways. I was kind of thinking about it. I haven't even talked about it yet. The great Giants partner that I am. Oh yeah, Farming Simulator 23 coming out on mobile here pretty soon. That's going to be pretty interesting getting to see that. I was actually kind of hoping we'd still be out in the field seeding. I think it'd be kind of fun to get to play Farming Simulator on my phone while I'm out here doing some real life farming. Okay there, Big Mike. Oh man, that's another country I'd love to visit there too. I kind of forgot you were from Scotland, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I'd love to visit Scotland and yeah, Ireland and England over there. You guys just, all the green grass and everything, it's so much different over there for you guys, and how you guys farm there, and all the dirt and everything's so much different, and it's like, oh, it's just so cool seeing it. That's how, well, I really enjoy watching like Clarkson's farm, and it's funny just watching everything he does in general too, but then yeah, just seeing some of the farming practices over there is just really, really interesting. Oh, hey there, Raymond. And thank you, Bruce, for the raid, buddy. I appreciate that. Like I said earlier, Bruce having a great stream over there, playing on Black Mountain, Montana. Very awesome map. And Bruce has been absolutely loving it. And yeah, if you guys didn't know, it was Bruce's birthday yesterday too, so I hope you guys popped over there and wished him a happy birthday. Oh, we're gonna get a little close to the mud hole here too. He's gonna get a little iffy. Please don't get stuck. Ooh, I can see it sinking. Come on, buddy, you can get out of there. That's actually another thing that's kind of good about cultivating though, is we are opening the ground up, so anywhere that we do cultivate, it should hopefully dry it out a little bit. So when we come through with the air seeder, we know we can go right on the edge of some of those spots because it should be a lot drier in a couple days. And hey there, Ninja, how's it going there, buddy? Nice to see you. And Chad, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Luke, how's it going there, man? Nice to see you. That would actually be pretty funny there, Josh. But I mean, we do have grass and stuff too. Just kind of depends on the time of year and the year too. That's like this year, we're gonna have some nice grass this spring, but throughout the summer, it'll be kind of interesting to see what happens depending on how much rain we get this year. Yeah, no kidding, Rusty. How you doing there, buddy? We are in the Case IH, so if we do have any parts breaking on the live stream, yeah, Rusty will be able to get them for us kind of that instant. I'm just kidding, buddy. I hope everyone's doing well. And yeah, Chad, are you guys still out there doing some groundwork? Are you guys seeding away? As I was just saying earlier, you guys might be able to barely see it kind of way in the back there, but the John Deere air seeder is kind of way back over that way, about a mile away right now. And yeah, I got done seeding the irrigated spring wheat this afternoon, and then I had to switch over to cultivating here. And we're on the pivot ground as well too. So yeah, we're on the north pivot right now, and then kind of on the back side of that pond is the south pivot. You guys might actually be able to see the pivot when we're turning around on that other end too. Oh yeah, that would be really cool there, Josh. And I didn't even realize that either. I had no idea that that turned brown. I guess I haven't played on the new map that much, so that's kind of what I figured, Chad. That's how we are too. That's like what I said earlier when I started the stream. I was watching Bruce, but I was getting so tired. Not that Bruce is boring, I'm just tired in general. And I was like, maybe I'll fire a stream up to see if it kind of helps me stay awake. And it definitely did, because now I'm just talking, so. Yeah, tis the season though. That's like I was saying earlier too, even when we get done seeding, we're not going to slow down much because we do have quite a bit of work to get our pivots going too, and we're going to want to get those going as soon as possible when we're done seeding here. But man, I'm keep watching these clouds. They kind of keep getting closer and closer, so hopefully we get a little rain here. Let's grab it. So yeah, coil packer is what we call that, Rusty. I've never heard it called a crumbler bar, actually. That's the first time I've ever heard that. That's really interesting. But yeah, the coil packer just kind of helps to break up any of the big clumps, and it actually helps kind of compact it just a little tiny bit better, just to kind of help in case the wind does blow and tries to blow it away. And it makes for a really nice smooth seed bed, because we're going to be seeding peas into this ground. Pretty sure we're going to be seeding peas into it anyways. Yeah, exactly, Luke. And I was getting pretty close to kind of almost taking a nap there too, and I definitely didn't want to, going around that big water hole at the other end of the pivot down there. And we're going to be turning around here. And actually, when we turn around up here too, you guys will get to see the pivot in the background there, because we are getting pretty close to it actually. So yeah, we have two half-mile pivots on the farm here. We got the south pivot, and then we got the north pivot. Like I said, a half-mile long, so they are some very large pivots. There's 17 towers on each pivot. So yeah, if you guys are playing with that new pivot mod we got in Farming Simulator today, put up 17 of those towers, and that should be about the same size as ours. Just, well, actually, depending on how he made each section, how big he made each section, I guess. But yeah, there's the pivot there in the background. Like I said, we're probably going to end up working that ground next, I'd assume. But first we have to get this field done so we can actually move the pivot over here. There's some seagulls in the back there too. Get out of here, birds. Hey there, Taz. How you doing there, buddy? Nice to see you. I know Taz has been busy. That's what he was saying, and I forget whose stream it was there the other day. Oh yeah, Rusty. I didn't even really think of that. That's probably going to be extremely hard for you, because yeah, there's guys that call things different parts and whatnot. That's like, yeah, some people would call this a plow. We call this a cultivator. And that's like, yeah, people up here call this thing a plow. They're going to be like, what are you talking about? Because yeah, typically we call our discs plows. So kind of anything with the big discs on it for tillage, that's what we consider a plow, and then we consider this a cultivator. Yeah, just a little tiny touch there, Big Mike. That'll be okay though. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Taz. Oh, it's never fun having some issues. You guys call it a grubber? Okay, man, I'm learning all kinds of new stuff. That's the other really fun thing about the Farming Simulator stuff too, is man, I've learned all kinds of different names for things, and well, and learned about new equipment too. That's like, especially all your guys' European equipment. I had no idea on some of that until I started playing Farming Simulator, and then yeah, chatting with some of you guys in the community from overseas as well too. I learned quite a bit about some of this stuff. Which name, Taz? I think we got about 6 different names for each implement out here. Oh yeah, Rusty. Yeah, and then yeah, I guess it depends on who you're chatting to within the company there too, even. Man, I never even thought about that. Just makes your guys' job a little bit harder. I guess that's why I always personally, whenever I'm ordering parts, I always just look it up online first. That way I get the actual parts number, just because it does make it so much easier. And there is some parts guys around here who are not super informative on some of this stuff, so it's really hard explaining it. So yeah, I always just find it way simpler just to get the actual parts number itself. And thank you again for 18 awesome people hanging out here. And guys, I haven't mentioned it a little bit, but at the top of the chat there's a donation link, and that is to help Gaming Joy and Kegareno, because they are making a map of our real life farm here. However, they're trying to get the Houdini software, so that's the same software that Ola Hador uses. And if you don't know who Ola is, he's the one who made Rennebu, the really, really, really nice map of Norway. But yeah, they're trying to get that software for map making. However, it is pretty expensive. I think it's around $600 or over $600 for kind of a 2-year membership for it. So yes, if you guys want to donate, yeah, donate to that link, because that's going to go help those guys make maps for Farming Simulator. Like I said, I appreciate donations as well too. I do feel a little weird getting them. But yeah, if you guys want to help out the community and help some modders, definitely donate to that link. And if you guys want to help out my channel, we do have the merch store open now. So yeah, if you guys want to help me out, I'd much rather prefer you guys buy a t-shirt or something, and that way you guys kind of get something in return as well there too. Try to stay on the muff there. Get the GPS going again. We're going to drop this thing down. There we go. There we go. That makes it simple there, Raymond. Oh, I bet they're rusty. Oh, and bearings are always just so hard too, especially since most of the time the bearings, you can't actually read the number on them. I always try my best to get the actual number off the bearing, but sometimes it's just such a pain. And it's like, well, it came off this machine and it's in kind of this part of the machine type of thing. It can just make it pretty interesting. Oh, and I did want to say thank you to everyone who's bought merchandise so far today. I think there's been at least a couple people buying stuff. I know Farm Sim Freak Scott, he bought a hat this morning, and then a couple other people bought some stuff too, because I think we had like 7 or 8 sales today so far. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to anyone that bought some stuff. It doesn't tell me who did, obviously, but yeah, thank you to anyone who did. So hope you guys do like that merch. I tried my best to make sure it was all nice quality stuff. So, and that's actually, if anyone's thinking about doing merch, I'm really enjoying Spreadshop. They have some pretty nice quality stuff. Yeah, and if you guys actually have any questions or anything like that too, let me know, because I kind of messed around with a couple different companies trying to find the right fit for me. Really watching the clouds here. I'll show you guys. You guys can definitely see those ones back there type of thing. Especially over that way, we definitely have a couple clouds. It's getting pretty huge over there. Then we got some kind of up to the north here as well too, and those ones look like they're pretty close actually. Looking way up there towards the ridge and seeing what's going to happen here. And here's the cab for anyone that came in during Bruce's raid there. Didn't get to see it yet. The old manual 2-stick, the 9280 here. Everything does work pretty good. And actually, our stream might be getting pretty close to wrapping up here, because we only have about 15% battery left. Oh, that is pretty awesome there, Raymond. Always fun getting to play around with some tractors. That's like I was saying earlier too in Bruce's stream. It's like, man, I kind of wish it rained just a little bit, because I would not mind having at least one day off type of thing. That's not what I wanted. See, we got a little, there we go. Oh, that's pretty awesome, Raven. We do enjoy our John Deere stuff around here most days. I did have some issues with the air seeder today. I was about on Rob's level there for a little bit. It was not playing nicely, so we had a little bit of some rust on it, just due to fertilizer type of thing. So it was not exactly cooperating type of thing. but we did eventually kind of get it figured out. Oh, and that's the other thing too. I don't know if I've ever actually mentioned that at all, but so each quarter of the pivot here, so right now we're on kind of 1/4 of it, if you imagine it being like a big circle, and each quarter of the pivot is 125 acres, or about 125 acres. So yeah, this field that we're doing right now is 125, and then right behind us, that one's also 125. Yeah, they're pretty big fields for irrigation. Like I said here, we are going to check and see who is live here. Ooh, there we go. Actually, if Joe was in here, he would be able to tell me how to do that. I'm actually trying to figure out how to do it right now type of thing. I guess I don't know how to. I was trying to figure out how to do a raid, but I don't know if I don't have that set up yet though. I might not. Because like I said, with our battery getting a little tiny bit lower here, we're probably going to be able to go for maybe another 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, you guys can probably really see that rain cloud in the back now too. And actually, if we turn around the camera here, you guys can see, maybe, we've got a couple little raindrops starting to hit the tractor out here. And this window is a little bit weird because the cap kind of goes in like this. So this window actually kind of comes in. But yeah, there's a couple drops out here on this window, but just a few, not too many to do anything yet. Definitely a little bit bouncy right now. A couple spots through there where it is just a little bit rough. All right, see you there, Big Mike. Yeah, guys, we're getting actually ready to wrap it up here. So I think we might actually end things off in just a second. Like I said, we're figuring out who to raid here, but I think I did find somebody. So there we go. 4V's over there playing a little farming simulator. So I'll send you guys over to go watch a little virtual farming after doing some real life farming here. So yeah, guys, when you head over there, let them know it's a dirt farmer raid, and let them know I'll be there in just a second after I get everything wrapped up here. But I want to say another thank you again to Megawatt and for Newall for the donations. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm still just kind of awkward about getting donations. But yeah, if you guys want to, you can go buy some merch if you do want to help the channel out. That way you guys get a nice t-shirt or something in return. But anyways, oh, well, hello there, Hodge. We're actually just wrapping up here. We're going to go head over, and like I said, let 4B know it's a dirt farmer raid, and we'll see you guys on that next one. See you guys later.